This is section 5 of the SPS 6 Alabama, southbound I-59. Our beginning delineator is missing. The ending delineator is available, is still up. The right-of-way sign is gone. We don't have a section sign in front. You can see the sampling before the section. This is a JCP. It's 1,000 feet in length. We have longitudinal joint sealant throughout the section. There are areas of pumping and joint sealant damage. We have the rigid patches at the joint restoration areas. Also some transverse spalls along the joints. 75. Here we're coming to station 1. And along the joints, it did appear that there was pumping before they got the sealant down, and it has settled along these joints. It reminds me of the SPS 2 in Arkansas. But this was a diamond ground surface as well throughout the length of this section, similar to section 2. As I mentioned before, section 1 did not have any diamond grinding along that section. Here comes an area of a rigid patch. You can see they've got sawed sections there where they sawed out this panel and replaced it. This is a rather large rigid patch for that joint restoration, or not restoration, but full depth patching. Here's another one just before station 3+25. I did not count that as a joint or crack, that sawed portion. The transverse joints we did count, and we did measure faulting on them. So we continue on. You can see some of the spalling along the edge joint. As mentioned before in section 2, those areas, some were probably covered up since the previous survey, and I couldn't tell the boundaries, so I didn't count them. Here was an area where we did have a lot of joint spalling. It's completely full of sealant, that's why we don't have any sealant damage. So this would have been a 5AL, yet it had over a meter of joint spalling, if anybody wonders how that occurred or how that scenario happened. We're getting about midway through the section here, 475, getting close to station 5. The pumping was more prevalent at the end of this section. The last half was far worse than the first half of this section. Again, this is section 5 of the SPS 6 in Alabama. There's another rigid patch just past 5+50.